Hello, greetings. Sorry, excuse me. This is me. I'm in a. I've been attacked. So really, the thing. Sorry, excuse me. Today, it's been terrible. My case again. Ooh, they say जान निकाली है सांस. My सांस नहीं आए. I can't breathe properly. It's terrible. So that's why I keep doing this, although sick and tired of this about my case. If there's any help I could get, any aram, any rest through a spiritual distance healing. So much to say. I hope you'll bear with me. I don't feel that there's any global help, like, reaching out. I was just watching guarding tests. If my loved one, someone, a teacher, was in, excuse me, excuse me, I have this cold too. I was in trouble, I would definitely try to reach out if I knew. As I thought, even though lots of people outside, some family members are not helpful, I feel that we should reach, call out, give a call out, and not keep secrets anymore. Because, in secrets, your enemy can take advantage of finding out your secrets. I don't know how they find out. In my house, my diary was read and all this. So even though I was a private person at one time, like not to trouble others, not nosy and all this. But things happened to me, and I had to come out with the private things. I'm kind of flustered. I'm kind of confused here. The pull and the watching feeling also is a lot. Hope you'll bear with me. I'm just compelled to do this, and the screen hasn't come out well here. What I'm trying to show, that screen, that part of the screen. So this is it. If I have to later on show about Islam, so what can I do, right? I was sharing like an innocent person, just so that it might help on Facebook first. So trying to explain my situation here. It's ongoing. I hope you don't forget. Sometimes, can't go to the hospital, nothing. So the way they've done it on us, whatever has been done, I didn't even believe in black magic like this. And one of my friends from London was saying, brother and friend, that I leave Pakistan. And family members, where family members could understand. And I was like, no, my mother and my health. And so I choose not to talk about, like, not him. I don't want to expose. I mean, my enemy could get to his country and do, I don't know what this is. Like, my friend was working in Air Blue, and then when I was in Karachi, later on there was Air Blue crash. So I was warning them, my friends, that, be careful. There's someone. They took away help from a Hindu in London, my principal. Somehow things happened and he changed on me. Yusuf Zedi, when Yusuf Zedi went to London, they have बंदिश किया है ना, लॉक्ड. बस कैसा है मैं समझा नहीं सकती हूँ. सांस मेरी निकाली है. But so I can't help it but come here now. Although I should be resting. When my timing was improved, I got up early in the morning again. I felt like, oh, so sleepy and depressed. I have to sleep, things like that, you know. Depression हो गया. My teacher in the past, उनकी याद आ गई. Like she was very strict with me, but one thing I know is that we were, you know, neither would she show off, and she didn't want that. You know, I was rich. I mean, rich daughter, right? She could have used me. She never used me for anything. How they एक तो यू नो इंसान को वो एक आ जाता है ना कि रिच गर्ल डॉट लाइक शी लव्स मी, लेकिन वो कभी भी इसका फ़ायदा नहीं उठाया मिस्टर शाह ने. So they say, I mean, I watched this video that you should not, so many things you should not come out with because, but outside, I say inside your own friends you cannot trust. I'm sorry to say this, your own family members. So it, someone, you know, long time ago, was from my school in Karachi. Someone, I feel now, transferred my Christian teacher who used to come home, my mother, I think asked her to give me tuitions at home. Someone is extremely wicked since childhood, doing these things that I don't know what there is wrong with this person, jealousy or what. Actually, they're in my family, so trying to catch them. Air blue crash, you're what? And then I would suspect another cousin. Can you believe that? Because the date. Then a Christian lady in Karachi, another one was trying. I said, you know, she saw my halat condition. It was unspeakable, unbearable. And she wanted me to get married, and she used to say, when will you get married now? Mera third bacha or a child. My third child is coming, and I'm, you know, they cared. So she brought water from Lourdes, Our Lady of Lourdes, things like that. She brought a Christian. Then my father found someone, and when I spoke to him, they put it on her. So things working for my father, but like we were totally upside down. Although I got my brothers to leave for Dubai, you know, Dubai and all this. Not all, like, you know, my one brother and then the others, they chose to come to Dubai for the future because we didn't see any future for us because, so Dubai was very helpful, although not so, I mean the family side, father's family side, I worried that they might not like this. And but so I cannot speak in detail about that. Yeah, and they're not helpful here, like covert narcissists, you know. So, for example, my principal, what was coming recently, I don't think she was like about her late Hakim Saeed. Okay, so then when I thought about it, I said, how can she be raped by Hakim Saeed? That's why they killed him. You know, so all the drama was going on in my mind. And even her, she's calling me Ma. I tried to get her out of me, that thing, asar on inside, still there. Like, even when I don't want, I want my privacy at times. Like, you know, they say, if you pray, be careful what you ask for, you might get it. So it's like when I'm awake, 24-hour thing. it's much taxing. Oh God, it's unspeakable. Watching, feeling pressurizing. So I thought that we should, and I also thought that when my mother and and I was worried about the principal's safety in Karachi, but I think she was financially good enough to have, should have reached out to us also, but we don't trouble anyone. She had her problems like her cases. But I mean, if I put myself in that case, if she had asked for help on social, I would have asked her to come in if her family was bad or something, giving her trouble. I would have embraced her, asked her, welcomed her to my place, and if I was well enough, I would have, we would have helped her financially also. Why not? And so when things were getting really terrible, but the enemy is such a way that no one can help us. They keep saying that we'll harm the person who tries to help. So this is a global care and reaching out thing. If brainstorming like we did when we thought Taliban were going to come and take over Pakistan, brainstorming like that. So, and the terror Islamists, we couldn't find. The enemy is too good. We couldn't find a way. Even if I had an idea of how to, these are various options you can use to. But there was one that the Westerners gave us is if they run away, then shoot. So if you find an unattended bag, report immediately to the police. This is the number. So that was really good from the West coming. I think as a global family, we must now, we've come together, use social media, humanity for humanity also. Like I'm doing this also for humanity, human development. If you would leave Islam, it has been so indoctrinated that even the good people, many Muslims would say, we don't question God. If he's testing us, he's God. Excuse me. And from all sides, like, okay, they had, arguments, counter arguments, like sabar karo, kufr nahi karo, complain. If, like, is there a God? Then a Muslim would say, my Muslim side, why are you complaining? Kufr nahi karo. देर है अंधेर नहीं है. All these consolations. देर है अंधेर नहीं है, लेकिन my grandaunt had stomach cancer. She was a very service lady. Like she wouldn't talk about it. She was the one who used to say, Allah ki kainat mein koi kami nahi hai. Sorry, I have to say this in Urdu. Like there's no scarcity in the universe, God's creation universe. Not creation, the whole, I mean, kainat means what he's created. And where our prayers were going, in the end she told me to pray for her that she would not become dependent on anyone. So, stomach cancer is very dangerous and all this, right? It's the worst cancer, I think, one of the. And she got it and she didn't want to go to the hospital, but they had to take her. And she was the one who asked me to pray for her, not to be dependent on anyone. Oh, and all of a sudden, it's like the next year, I find out that she's got cancer. I couldn't go and see her. my mother wouldn't allow me. I was still young, a teenager. So I was very close to her. I couldn't see her. And then I think she left us in 1986, 87, somewhere. She was the best cook we've had. Cook. She used to baking. No, not baking, but making sweets and all this. My God, a charge. Pickles. So I'm flustered now. I don't know when I'll settle down. मेरा साह निकाला जान निकाली है. Ouch. So suffering like this coming here. I'm really sorry. I can't do anything properly. So that's why I'm using the internet and my whatever it is, passion for this. तो बचपन से ऐसा लगता है कि from childhood I've had bad luck. I just don't know. Anyhow, now please cooperate. We want to see a better world, right? Bring heaven. It's too late now, and for me, my teachers and those I wanted to help, Karachi. Sorry, I don't know how I got this. I think I'm the herbal tea. It's it's good for the congestion thing problem. So it's removing, and now I've had enough, so I have to stop it. So I don't think this is COVID. I don't know. Oops. Sorry, sitting in my chat. I just what's this? Where is it? So, okay, the first thing is reaching out to people who are troubled, distressed. It's like you've got mail. Now it has to come out in the open. That's what I feel. I couldn't do anything but bring it out in the open. Right? It's like you've got mail on the phone. If you can help someone, like a psychologist coming on the phone for free, or nighttime someone can't sleep, instead of going to clubs and prostitutes and all this, people can reach out, and we have it here. If I could afford to have more, less than 24 hours, but helpline, reaching out. How Sadhguru tried to, get the children, people, men out of porn, watching porn and all this. He said, download my videos. You will get no copyrights infringement. Like that, being available for people. So there's also brainstorming, whatever I could. You see, if some things, like I was thinking, if my principal, why couldn't she get us out of that thing? She could have come home, helped out. I just wanted to, you see, the thing they put on me was like, I couldn't shrug her off. Now she was inside of me, and her voice is coming that she was raped, and it it was too much. For humanity's sake. She even told me once, for humanity's sake. So please reach out, right? So, like I was thinking, if, let's suppose that in the family, the father is the enemy, right? My father. And no one could come, and he was getting everyone out. Even my mother's sisters and all. So, the principal could have reached out, got us out of that house, and said, no, you come and live with us. Something like that. Our sons were married abroad. Like, if she could, kya kare? This. Yeah, I would have reached out definitely like that. I went on Facebook saying, help my principal. Sending out messages on, sharing them. Not only in my groups, but I used some of my Pakistani relatives, mother's relatives, profile, walls, sharing on their wall. Like, what's happening? There's a certain glare or certain look now given to me in my mind. Oh God. So feel like someone's watching. Oh yeah, so this is ongoing, but I don't pay much attention to it. It's been like 20 some years now. I can avoid it. Before I couldn't. I was like so shocked. I'd keep looking, what's concentrating, paying attention. Like first, like how they did it is once you break a person, psychologically and all this, and compel them. You can compel them to say things and control them. So distance control was going on, I thought. Also, then I got extremely dependent on the principal, watching me. If I'm reading a poem for her that I have written, she's reading it and all this. So please, if we can do some spiritual people come together, Hindu gurus come together. The other day I was going through Paramahamsa Vishwananda's Swami, and there's like, no, I think I was sincere. I wanted to come in this religion or for God, and then I couldn't do it. I became insane. Can't explain properly. So anyways, this, I feel that love is, you don't have to discipline yourself. But who is this? So I said thank you and everything, and I shared on Facebook, Swami, I've forgotten his name. So he came recently on the birthday. I was searching for, like, will they have a celebration for Paramahamsa Vishwananda, if they should? But they didn't have a celebration. So just searching. That's how I found the only thing was that Swami's, with due respect, lecture. So let's see in this, if you would bear with me. I'm kind of not settled. It's very disturbing, very painful. So if now, you can't even trust yourself. I don't know whether I was sincere or not. I started to doubt myself. Am I sincere? That's a terrible thing to do when you feel you were sincere. And many doubts and suspicions, I couldn't trust my own shadow anymore. I didn't know what what the devil. It's like spellbound movie. It's someone who wants to cry here, and is kind of, these. And if I remember someone, sorry, if some things come, like they've come, so I have to meet them invisibly, very weird things, and it's like, so I start to question this, like what's happening to me, or their true face is being shown, like what their feelings are towards me, or something. I don't know what's happened. If I even think of certain people, the good people, who are true to me, they just send me carrying vibrations. So yes, very strange things happening to me. I can't breathe right now. The congestion thing. Started to take a herbal. It's just coming out, I think. It's very painful. So, I've become like this. I can't take it. I think also the pain a little bit. It's like recently on social media, with the help videos and all, I found out that I could have fibromyalgia, because the pain little bit increased. If I thought it would hurt, my thinking was hurting me. They broke a lot of pain. Okay, so I'm not saying this, but people are suffering, like now Patti LaBelle sang, and I had her live cassette. When you're blessed, feels like heaven, pass it on, and things like that. In this world we have people who are not well, who have sickle cell, things like that. Reach out. We don't want to touch some people because they have this contagious disease, we think. So, please be courageous, help, like Mother Teresa, like we had Darul Sakon in Karachi. So I had to do this to help the Shia, Sunnis, Muslims, in memory of my principal was alive. But I wish we could do this. That is, discuss like friends. When I read Jiddu Krishnamurti, I really appreciated his style. Learning as friends. And so the principal was like, no. She's old, at times very old-fashioned lady. I am in some ways, and she is but some ways she's very modern. So please don't judge her. But she said, like, one thing, religion and debate, keep it personal, like we used to say and do. With a friend, I would not bring out my religious thing. It was a very personal matter for me. But then later on, I realized that no, in schools, colleges, we need to, because we need to, it's an offense. We're offending religious sentiments. We should be careful. Christians, we shouldn't say anything to, question. When I questioned a friend coming out of church with her, I felt like I'd broken her trust. I shouldn't have questioned her. First time. It was just in my mind what the sermon was in the church, and I had to ask this friend of mine. So, why Jesus' disciples turned away when Imam Hussein's didn't. Right. So she said they were human, the answer she gave me. But Imam Hussein's companions, so I needed a Christian's opinion on that, and I asked my friend as we were walking to her house from the church. I was there for the church sermon, Easter. So but that's like very, very rare. It didn't feel like it's me. Right, so this, but now I feel that since some time ago, when I was doing this Muslim thing and against God, like, does God exist? Like my grandaunt went away. If anything, I would have lost my religious beliefs when my grandaunt had cancer. But I didn't question my beliefs. Then like, where is God? Mamie told me to pray for her. Of course, I would not, I would pray for her from the heart, deepest part of my heart, that may she never be dependent on anyone. But then she got cancer. And her so anyways, if I had to, so like things happening, I could question God. Allow that thing. It's blasphemy in certain religions and in Islam also. So we don't have that freedom of speech against God. So I don't know why. It's really shocking. These are religions that want to control you, I felt, and they don't want you to talk about it. That's why. Using Allah, God, and exploiting the situation. So recently I was on Salim. I don't know if I should talk. So I answered someone in the comment section. Like, what he says is that he's not a Muslim, and why not support him? It's in the Quran that the Quran doesn't say not to support ex-Muslims. The Quran ayats, he gave very good ayats and all this. Oh, so now I'm talking about Salim Lalani. I think I should just at least put his name here. Yeah, so now you may be, I don't know if it's ethical or non, and now I've really lost it. Right? So recently I saw his video, and if I could, some people want to keep this thing private, but he's on social media. And if you want to keep things private, then please don't contact me, because I'm in no condition to keep even my things private. I know that the jerks outside, they can take undue advantage. They have of what I say on Facebook against my principal, my weakest thing. When I was saying she's raped, Mickey Malik started to use that, made me go more insane, aggravating my mental condition. Before that, a man came, he apologized, but to show me that these people, they can, if I'm just enjoying and I've gone overboard flirting with my principal about, God knows what has happened to me, what happens to me even now. So, the man came and started to call me bad word, and then he said, I don't remember. So people, bad people out there, they don't take it in clean, like I'm having clean fun, and sometimes I go overboard. So that's my condition. Because of my condition, I'm using this. اور آپ ذرا سوچیں جس نے اچھا غالب بھائی غالب کمال کو جس نے کویسچن کیا نا کہ آپ کیوں نہیں وائی ڈونٹ یو غالب کمال رائٹ کویسچن کیا کہ آپ کیوں نہیں اچھے کام لائک کریں ادھر کراچی میں اچھے کام. اچھا تو آپ جا کے اچھے کام کریں نا کمال رائٹ غالب جیسے ہاں آپ جا کے پورا وقت سنی شیعہ وہ ادھر پتہ نہیں مسجدوں میں آپ لوگ کیا کر رہے ہیں. تو جا کے ادھر موٹاز کے باہر بچے بیگ کرتے ہیں نا. اور یہ اور پریگننٹ وومن کو ہم نے دیکھا ہے بیگ کرتے ہوئے. تو جا کے پاکستان میں بیگرز کو نکالیں مافیا کو ختم کریں. اچھا برتاوا کریں لوگوں سے چوری نہیں کریں جھوٹ نہیں بولیں. تو ہمیں ایسا ادھر سوشل میڈیا یوز کرنا پڑا. ویسے آپ کے ریلیجن میں ہے کہ کچھ لوگ آپ کے وہ جو میں تو اپنے شیعوں کو بھی مولانا صاحب ذاکروں کو کہنے لگی تھی کہ ابھی لائک وین آئی وینٹ میڈ سو ہیئر آن سوشل میڈیا فیس بک کہ اب وین یو گیٹ سم تھنگ یو جسٹ گو آؤٹ اینڈ ہیلپ پیپل. ٹھیک ہے امام حسین کی آزاداری کی لیکن پورا سال نہیں بھولیں کہ ہیومینیٹیرین ہم ہیں. تو پھر وہ کیا ہے کہ وہ سنیوں کو بھی وہ ایک ملتا ہے نا کہ ہم بھی بیٹھ کے وہ پتہ نہیں جب یہ وہ گڈنس سوری آئی ڈونٹ مین ٹو offend اینی ون. اب جیسے خمینی آئے تو سعودی عربیہ ہیڈ ٹو میک دیم سیلف اسٹرانگر ان دس تو یہ مصیبت ہو جاتی. ہیلپنگ سلیم لالانی نے کہا ناٹ ٹو ہیلپ. ایک مجھے ادھر یہ آیت ملی یو ہیو ٹو اسٹڈی ویئر از اٹ. سم آف یو ان وار ڈیورنگ دا بیٹل فیلڈ some of you would be studying the Quran, some of you not to go all together in the battle, some of you at the back line or somewhere studying the Quran and then go to your people and tell them. تو یہ بھی ہے. تو ہم لوگ اب کیا کریں. سوشل ورک تو میں نہیں کر سکی کراچی میں. کچی آبادیوں کو ٹھیک کریں ادھر جائیں بچوں پولیو یہ ویکسینیشن اویئرنیس جیسے ایک بٹو سا کر رہی ہے صاحبہ رائٹ میڈم کر رہی ہے پولیو کا اویئرنیس پاکستان میں نے سنا بھٹو کی ڈاٹر آئی تھنک کر رہی ہے بے نظیر شہید بے نظیر بھٹو کی. So like that, then we had Fatima Murtaza Bhutto's daughter talk. We have TED Talks. تو اب کیا کریں ہم تو رہے مدر ٹریسا ڈس بھی نہیں ہے. تو جتنا میرے سے ہو سکا مجھے بہت ڈپریشن ہوتا تھا. بچے آتے تھے مانگنے کے لیے اور مجھے کسی نے کہا کہ دیکھیں ان کے ماں باپ ادھر بیٹھے ہوئے ہیں. اوہ تو ماں باپ بھی کرا رہے ہیں हेड टू टो क्रिमिनल हो गया है पाकिस्तान। अब उसको कैसे ठीक करें, राइट? जो इमरान खान नहीं ठीक कर सका, तो उनके ऊपर कितने इल्ज़ाम पड़ गए हैं खामा खाम के। गालिब कमाल कहते हैं कि वो तो झूठा है, तो अगर गालिब कमाल एथियस्ट है ना, उनको शायद अगर मुझ पे ऐसे इल्ज़ाम देखा, गालिब कमाल कहे कि मैंने देखा, पता है ज़हरा की एक आंटी आई और उसने मुझे कहा है कि ज़हरा मुझे मर्दों के पास लेके जाती है। कभी कभी जो दिखता है वो है नहीं, फॉल्स एक्यूजेशंस, फॉल्स। तो जब आप में इतना इंसाइट नहीं है, आप नहीं जानते हैं बातों को, जैसे शायद अभी मैंने गालिब कमाल को कमेंट, माई कमेंट वॉज इग्नोर्ड, सो आई लेफ्ट। मुझे उनके वीडियोस बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं, लाइक इमरान खान इज़ लाइंग टू अस। तो अब क्या करें, कैसे पता चलेगा कि हु इज़ लाइंग एंड हु इज़ टेलिंग द ट्रूथ? तो अब जैसे एविडेंस है, वो कहे मेरी आंट, mother's cousin, let's say mother's cousin comes and she's gone to her uncle with her mother, that I took her to the men, right? Men, 1978 and 9. तो ये है एविडेंस है कि आई एम angry, right? Let's say I even did something wrong with the principal. I touched her in the wrong way. Evidence है, right? Have you seen the movie Spellbound by Alfred Hitchcock? Evidence है कि वो he's a murderer. He's taken a knife in his hand one time in the movie. Have you seen Spellbound by Alfred Hitchcock? Hindu UB fan. Who is your favorite ex-Muslim personality? I cannot say, sorry. Try not. You see, like Jiddu Krishnamurti said, मुझे अपने पे भरोसा नहीं है. We keep changing. आज कैसे हैं, कल कैसे हैं, right? So I'm not a fixed. I don't want to put. Already I have this fixation on my principle. I don't want to be a fixed person. तो मुझे ना इसमें नहीं डाले अभी मैंने recently I saw Jiddu Krishnamurti's thing, and I've gone back to this, that see your wife afresh. Hafiz ने भी लिखा है ना एक poem, afresh and afresh, anew and anew. If you know Hafiz, sorry. So if you don't know, I'm sorry. But like personalities हम छोड़े, सबका जो भी अच्छा काम कर रहा है उनको उनका अजर डेफिनेटली उनको उसमें ही उनका अजर है ना, रिवॉर्ड. So who am I to judge anyone and make it a favorite? जैसे अब गालिब कमाल साहब है, his videos are excellent, but I feel something is missing in his episodes. तो criticize. फेवरेट मेरा, आपको क्या मतलब है उससे, क्या मिलेगा? और मुझे तो अपना किसी का भी नहीं पता है. अच्छे अच्छे लोग ख़राब हो गए हैं, राइट? मैंने देखा अपनी लाइफ में गुड पीपल टर्निंग बैड. I was at one time so strong, felt I was strong. So I um, I listen to the people, and I have my own opinion, but I try when I complain. Yes, it comes out. The ex-Muslim personality. Uh, I don't know. There are some good people out there. Like सब मुझे नहीं पता अगर मैं ऐसे कह दूँ ना sorry I can't answer this question. It's a personal question that I don't want to answer. It would be a opinion which should not matter to you. You see who is your favorite or what. Ex-Muslim के साथ मैं रही नहीं हूँ, मैं जान नहीं सकती हूँ. So the only thing is to see the information they're giving out about Islam. Like I go to Christian Prince for the information. I went to David Wood for the information. I go to Ghalib Kamal for the information videos. I think personalities we should leave behind. Like I'm sometimes, what I do here, my memory, then I have to tell someone that you go to like a Little Faizu or someone for if you want to listen to, the hadiths, overall knowledge, like that. Do you think Ghalib Kamal will defeat Mufti Wajidi in debate? Anytime. Anytime. I mean, yes, definitely. Definitely. Right? Islam doesn't have anything to stand on. Yeah? Uh, so there's, everyone is doing, you can go to apostate Aladdin. He seems like a decent man. Understanding. There's friendly ex-Muslim. There's apostate prophet. A lot of people. Who else am I missing? There's an Irani. His name Armin Nawabi, and there are others. Right now, for the truth, I think even if the personality we must not see. Right? We can't in life to trust anyone, even yourself. Like it's changing. So in that I'm with Jiddu Krishnamurti now, because recently I don't know tomorrow what will happen to me. We are changing people. We change. आज हम क्या बोलते हैं, कल क्या करते हैं, भरोसा नहीं है हमारा. Actually, the problem is with the people, human beings, right? So I don't think we should be looking at personalities when it comes to ex-Muslims and when they're talking about Islam. I don't even think you should look at my personality when I'm doing, because academically I've even told the Shias I will not spare you, right? You shouldn't look at the personality. You should look at the information they are imparting. I still have to talk about that. And then humanity, Like you can go to Nuria Khan, she's written there that she's a humanist, right? And helping out, reaching out to people. There's Yasmin Muhammad, there's also Zara K, many like that. Mariam, sorry, I've forgotten her last name. She's very good. She's in the UK, I think. The Yasmin Muhammad is also very good. All of them are good. But humanity, if you're talking about humanitarian, that's different matter. So, don't you think that Khalid Kamal, Mufti Wajidi in debate? Are they having a debate? Or are you just asking me like that? Were you the one who asked me about Hinduism some time ago? You see, sometimes I feel that in Hinduism, it's the culture, the tradition, God, right? Oh, this God has come in, and but there are some contradictions in Hinduism. So sometimes I go to Jittu Krishnamurti. I can't understand the whole Hinduism and this God worship. If God was so good, right? We are weak. Like he's expecting too much out of us. And look, ego. Then, oh yes. So, I was saying, I hope you don't mind. I don't want to, it's not like it's for your betterment. Or maybe I think it's for our betterment. I could be wrong. But in Hinduism, Vishwanites, for example, uh, we have this Paramahamsa Vishwananda, right? Hindu revival, Neo-Hinduism. Now his disciple was talking recently, and I felt that there's some contradictions after that lady asked a question. And I felt that, oh my God, maybe when I went into my religion, was I sincere enough? Did I really want to leave my principle? And, I started to doubt myself. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me, I just have to. So then when the lady in the end asked a question, asked him something that he needed to explain because she was confused. Because earlier on he had said about self-love to her or something. You see, there was a contradiction in what he said, and I've put a comment there. So you're told to put your effort, you're told to be sincere, trust in God, trust in your guru, and without question, like, there was a time, like, without question, you submit completely. In my life, I felt, kuch nahi, like, if Maulana Sahib says to us, you scumbags, we are all sinners here. Nothing can come up to what Imam Hussein was. We are terrible people, I would say. Just keep quiet, and inside I would agree to him, like, submit, right? We are terrible people. We are terrible, terrible. We are deadly, fatal, this, that. But nothing can come close to Imam Hussein. We submit our... If the guru is criticizing us, or whether, like I had a teacher, she would criticize this, that, God knows what to me. But yeah, I'd start laughing because I would crack up. Then in the end, one time I did say, damn you. She said, who have you said damn you to? I said to myself because I was so scared. You see, I couldn't take it. Like look into my eye, and she was like Paramahamsa Vishwananda is with his disciples at times. You can check. I've had this in childhood. So I'm not criticizing my teacher, but there was something behind her that was so great. I felt she was a true person. But every student would love to hate her. Love to hate her. There are people with like, young girl, she's kind of, okay, good looking or nice looking, average, and she loves me. She's got a rich father, and, where she's from. अच्छे बड़े बड़े we say slip होते हैं ना, but this lady never slipped. So that made me cry for her. Like, I miss her even today. This lady would never slept. So that is something, right? So if you understand, if I'm making sense, she was trying to discipline me and all this. But one thing I wanted to tell her is that, Miss Desai, you don't see. Once I told her, you don't treat me right. She said, what? What do you... No, she didn't say what. She said, do you want me... Shall I put you on my head? Shall I put you on my head? So I said, Miss Desai, you don't treat me right. She said, shall I put you on my head? No, oh my God. So, loving relationships. Let's nurture the loving relationship. In love, there's no ego. Ego goes down. I kissed her feet, I would go down and kiss her feet. And she would not allow me, but I managed one day. So, you see, the thing is that by controlling the ego, disciplining the child, criticizing the child, nothing will come out of it. You'll only get a rebellious child, or someone who goes totally dependent. Oh, I love you, adore you, Guruji, you are the best, we can't live without you. We know that you are with us. At least when she was with me, okay, I could. But she said, you told me that I can bring the stars down for you, and you can't do this much. That I'm telling you not to come to my car, and you keep telling me that, Mr. Sa, please, can I come to your car? See you often. No. Then I told her, please, Mr. Sa, can you give me a reason? If you give me a good if you just give me a reason, and then, So she gave me a reason, and I said, I'll run and this and that. No bearer can rape me. Yeah. She said, no, this is the reason. She gave me a reason, so at least I understand a little bit. Even though I didn't agree with it, I could save myself. So nice, Miss Disa really cares for me. What if a bearer in school rapes me and all this? Because that area where, it was behind the building, school building, where the teacher's parking lot was. Hope you understand what I'm saying. So we become like this. Imam Ali has said, those who love and train us, we become attached. Our hearts are like wild beasts. They get attached to those who love and train them. Can you blame us? So I was like this, she means her ways were very firm. but what she taught me was great. What in my religion Imam Ali would teach, and how. So, but then too much, it's not good for the child. Heavy criticism and all this is not good. Like sometimes you need to um, just let the love in, accept that love. You can't fight the ego. And I didn't have an ego, but I was so shocked that this way disciplining me will not help. Criticize a child. Okay, so you are a freak. Today, Zahra, my friends say that you are a spoiled brat. Miss Tissa didn't know what a spoiled brat was. And her friends, Parsi friends, didn't know what a spoiled brat was. A rich kid who gets everything he wants. A snob, you know? But Mr. Sala, मेरी तो ख्वाहिश, I wish to be with you because मैं कोई आपको, like, you know what a spoiled brat is. Stubborn, getting their way. They want it. And they feel they own you. Bas. Like, if some of our Arabs, rich, very rich, oh, I want this girl. Let's go after her. Okay. I'll buy you a very good, hello. She's beautiful. Okay. Do you think you can be friends with me? And slowly, then spoiled brats. Like, if they want you, they will own you, this, that. You know what I mean? And also money spoils, right? So why did she say no to me? Now, that was not the case, that if Mr. Sa said no to me, and she said, when I say no, I mean no. When I say yes, I mean yes. So it's like she thought I was a spoiled brat, that Mr. Salah, why don't you allow me to pick your bag? No. I carry my own burden. I never put the burden on her. What if this suitcase? Don't act smart with her. You see, if I was to tell her, but Miss Tissa, sometimes if the suitcase is heavier for you and a man comes to help you, let's say a coolie in at the airport, you say, I carry my own burden. Then Miss Tissa, will give it to me. That you're acting like a smart ass and, who do you think you are? Are you my mother-in-law to tell me, to correct me? Are you my mother? You see how Paramahamsa Vishwananda treats his disciples. This is the way, Mr. San, it could make you go crazy. And if you tell her that, Mr. Sa, you have to come to my auntie's party, it's like, the day I took my aunt to her place, she was like, ऐसे बंदूक निकाल के, she pointed, she's got me. And my aunt was like, banduk, gun? Huh? Right? I was like, Mr. Saab. She said, Zahra, banduk? Gun? At gunpoint, I've told, at temple, on her temple, how do you say it? I used to know how to say it, but now I've forgotten. I say, and she's put the 2 fingers on her head, temple side. ऐसे बंदूक दिखा के मुझे बोलती है, मेरी आंटी की पार्टी में आओगी या नहीं आओगी? I know it's so. this kind of a thing is so I went so mad after in the 6th year we were walking and I said, damn you. I was like, sorry, Mr. Saab, sorry, please talk to me, please talk to me. Because the best punishment she would give me is, and she only knew what I was doing wrong. Like, what did I do wrong? She would stop talking to me. You see, she would not allow me to carry a bag after school when we walked together. And so one day, I said, a very bad thing came out of my mouth, slipped out of my mouth. I said, damn you. Then she started to talk to me. Then she said, have you seen Guarding Tess? Oh my God, that movie describes me and Mr. Sa in many ways. But if someone laughed at her and made fun of her, I would really quiet them down. You can't say anything to Mr. Sa. If you say anything to Mr. Sa. Like that, right? So one day that came out and I was like, and she said, who did you say this to? She started to talk to me. And there I was begging her. And she would never talk to me. Never. When I was begging her. Now you see, if anyone comes here and says, please forgive me, this, that, it goes over me. I don't understand anymore. But before, like if someone came to us and said, please, it like got into our hearts, in my childhood. If someone can, please, yes, it's okay, don't mention it, you're forgiven, this, that, please. Now I reached that point where someone says, please, please, please. I'm like, no, it doesn't affect me. So what I was taught the hard way, no, I'm sorry. I have a problem, and right. Sorry. Sometimes I can't forgive. Sometimes that please doesn't hit you like it used to. Do you understand the language of like? So I had to use the way life taught me to use reason. Give the person the reason and not beg and become pathetic, painter type. Please, please, Mr. Sala, please, please, I beg you. Give the person the adult, be an adult, not child. Mr. Sa, because I started to, so give her a reason that I like to walk with you, and wouldn't it be better for a few minutes walk to your door, to your car? Because it's my wish. I like your company. I couldn't say it properly. So that's the thing. So, but she really loved me. No one would. I mean, she blasphemed. One day, we were separated now. And I went to her and I said, Mr. Sa, did you promise God not to come to me? She said, no. I said, okay. Then I said, that I would kill the person who you promised not to come to me, who has asked you. She said you would not to see me, who has asked you not to see me. She said that you would kill my God, because God is my strength. Zara, you will kill my God, because God is my... If you kill anyone, Mr. Sa told me, and you know, God for her, no Muslim, no Christian has ever told me this. Like I would fight with God for my principle. Principle would say, Allah's maslahat, you know. So, like you've got to understand, our principal would criticize me later on, but she would never fight with God for me, right? Because she has her faith in God so much. And Mr. Saw had her faith in God. Every day she goes to church when she was alive. After going, she had 2 jobs. One lady, early morning school, then another nursing, Aga Khan, then come back, go to church, 7 o'clock, get up at 6:15, open the balcony door, 6:15 a.m. in the morning. And in the night do the novenas, Our Lady of Our Lady, you know, oh Mother Mary, this, that, you know, sit and do the novenas. And to, catechumenic, she joined. So like that. So now that's why I tell the Paramahamsa Vishwananda, I had to write that down, that why be critical? Because I realized in my life that love doesn't have any pride, right? I could have gone down on Mr. Sa's feet, bended. There came a song later on when we were separated. I wouldn't mind singing that song for her, down on bended knees. How many times could I have gone down on my bended knees for Mr. Sa? Love doesn't have pride, ego, nothing. Love is enough. And you see the contradictions when he said, sometimes you have to work hard, put in effort, and then the grace of God comes, right? But there was a contradiction in Paramahamsa Vishwananda's Swami later on. At first I was like, oh God, maybe I'm not sincere. God, I now pray to God that He gives me sincerity. Then get angry, frustrated. These kind of cycles came in my life. So I realized that no, you have prayed to God to give you sincerity. If you can't trust in yourself enough, that did I come in this religion sincerely? Did I want to? Or what was holding me back? And no, we think that your principles, love you, was holding you. You were fixated with the principle. You're this. You really didn't want to come to the, you didn't want to leave your small king. No, I wanted to, like, miracle will happen, right? God will bless me. God says, take 1 step forward and I will take 100 steps forward towards you. I will take 100 steps towards you. You just take 1 step toward me. This is not the army. This is God and you, and the most powerful, and you are deprived, you are weak. And now, one day she told me that I loved myself. I didn't love her. You love yourself, Zara. Zara, you love yourself. So, if you don't love yourself, no, wait a minute. Some people start to write books, that love yourself, God loves you. Robert Schuller. I read these self-help books. Now they're telling me that God loves me. And then later on, she herself has told me when I raised her, I found her going to school in the morning with her friend, and she was an aide there, or a teacher in Karachi American School now. She tells me, Miss Disa tells me that God loves you. And now I couldn't believe what she was saying. God loves me. In the separation, when we were together in school, she told me, no, you don't love me. I said, Miss Disa, I love you. That's what. No, you don't love me. You love yourself. I see. She started to I have to I love myself, and then later on, I said, oh, maybe because now she's tired of me, and her friend was there in the car. She wanted to get rid of me, right? So that's why she. But Miss Disa would never speak without meaning it, because she's told me in my childhood that say what you mean, or mean what you say, right? And when I say no, I mean no. So for me, Miss Disa, to say that God loves you, still I doubted her later on. I was like, maybe she wants to get rid of me. One page was like, she just wants to get rid of me. Second page was, oh, that poor lady. During the separation, I've really made life hell for her. No, I should not do this. She really means what she says. She never lies, never exaggerates, never anything. So she taught me that now what Paramahamsa Vishwananda, that God is very tantalizing. He doesn't care for our wishes. To be with Him, to love Him, to have a relationship with Him. He just wants to discipline us. And for the future, that what will happen to her tomorrow. And if she's like this. So another thing came out, I had to, is that God just wants to discipline. God cannot take. How can God? The love is there, which you can't. If you forget that love, right? You see, in the love story, what does he tell his father? When his father comes to apologize. Love means never having to say you're sorry. When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. You complete me. You make me want to be a better man. I wish I knew how to quit you. But this love means never having to say you're sorry. He tells his father. Love is very forgiving. What is love? And then when I was with her, I love you more. Uh, I love you more than the word love, than adoration. I adore you. Miss Tissa can go on hating me and I will go on loving her. You see? So, firstly, you need to see who can accept your love. Receiving is receiving is the problem maybe. It's not the disciplining. You see, Mother Teresa later on made me cry like anything here. Why couldn't my teacher was Catholic Christian, right? If you judge people, you have no time to love them. Things that I could have written to her later on, but I stopped because she was throwing away. She told my therapist that she throws away my letters in a waste paper basket, dustbin. If you if you judge someone, you don't have the time to love them. If you judge people, you have no time to love them. What about this? So I saw that people don't trust in love enough. Miss Tissa didn't trust it. Of course, she was, she was much older to me. She had her, with due respect to her, she was elderly. Firstly, I felt that she had problems receiving my love, a child's love. She was not married. Then I had to see, because my aunts used to say, maybe because she was not married, Zara. And she had a big house, siblings, but then they all left. Then her mother also passed away. But she wasn't married. So sometimes, even retirement or things like that can kill the person if you've worked your whole life and then you have the sudden change of retirement and you have worked. It can make you, a boredom can kill you. So I think she had a problem receiving from the child so much love. Problem of receiving, which made me write to Jesus Christ in my diary. And then I realized, she has a problem receiving love, even though I was, let's say, rich kid, this, that. But can't the rich give? Maybe she felt, something like the psychoanalysis, that her mother was not well, and that there was something lacking in her life, and she needed me. But if someone needs you, oh, she used me as a guinea pig. Or she used me as a, she used me in her life. Or it was just an emotional attachment because, this person, or that I was such a challenge for her, right? She was disciplining me. Then she realized later on, maybe, but now it was too late. If you judge someone, okay, so what's the other thing? Yes, one thing good about her was that she wasn't using me. She could have used me. I was a rich kid. I could have given her, bought a house for her. I told her, when I grow up and I start working, I will buy a diamond ring for you, right? I could have said, Miss Tissa, now your mother, if we were not, no. Yeah, so I let her, like her like you don't come in my personal private life and all this, right? So she was a strong woman like that. But if things were working out, I could have, you know, if I got married, I could have said, come, Miss Tissa, come and live with us. Not even a sister said this. Were married and gone abroad, and one was single like her, the eldest one who came back. And she's telling me now I've come back, right? And so now, but when she was working in Canada, and if I was working, the problem was that there was a great distance, age difference, right? If I was working and all this, I would say, Miss Desai, I don't want you to work. You don't have to work so hard. Go in the morning. Just come live with us. Like, be my aunt, family member. You're like a family member. I will work for you. But if you love working, I have to respect that, right? That was her thing. Life, work, maybe. And all this. But relationships, when you have love, you see, there was this person in London. He was doing all stupid things, and later on, But one thing I realized was that he loves me, right? He had childish tendencies. Someone told me they were playing around, and he went like sliding on the ground, the floor, from here to there, and God knows, and drinking so much that I had told him not to drink, so, that he peed from the window. I was like, and still, we can like overlook. What's the best? What's that great thing? That great thing that he's got a good heart, right? Not just because he loves me. He's a criminal, but he loves me. No, no, no. But that thing of, but he's a good-hearted person. He will come and help you if you need help. He will definitely come to help you. So, what's that one thing people could say, he's a bad, he's childish, he's not for you. You need a mature man to spend your life with, and this and that. But what's that one thing that can make you want to spend the rest of your life with this person? His behavior could be bad, mischievous, naughty, childish. But what's that one thing? It's the heart, right? I realized in London. Good-hearted person. Niyat saaf, manzil आसान, like my grandaunt used to say, Mimi. uh, if you have a good heart, good intention, और ये मंजिल तो बहुत मुश्किल Mamie. So my aunt had stomach cancer, who used to say that niyat saaf manzil aasan. I had to point some fingers at God, but she wouldn't. Uh, I don't think she was that kind of a lady who would complain to God. I don't think she would allow me. So out of respect for her, I wouldn't point fingers at God. So, anyways, but I pointed some fingers at God for other things. And so, when someone loves you and has a good heart, you need to see bad behavior. He would never hurt anyone. He was very friendly, affectionate, loving, caring. Other thing was he had, like that movie Sholay, कि हाँ ड्रिंक करता है ये वो इसमें ये बुरी बुरी आदतें हैं मौसी जी. When Amitabh Bachchan goes to Dharmendra's mausi for Hema Malini. No, sorry, Hema Malini's mausi, aunt. So you see, then I realized that no. There are people who don't drink, but they're not good-hearted people. Right? Just for the health, no, I wouldn't drink because my religion. But there are people who outside, inside they are terrible. Outside this thing, and then there are people who there are men who would, when a man loves a woman, he will sleep out in the rain. So now God, in retrospect, it was Kalki in the making, and he was telling me one thing I was very shocked about, anyways, about him, that because I told him to come in why don't you live near my hostel somewhere? He was a really good person. So he brought a girlfriend he found. Later on, she was quite. If they wanted, they could have lived in a separate flat, apartment in London. Already, this girl had a separate apartment. They came in the hostel. That was something that shocked the living daylights out of me. I said, "Kayamat aa gayi hai. It's Kayamat." How could he use the Hindu girl? Or Christian. In Trinidad, we don't know whether they're Christians or Hindus. Anyways, she had a Hindu name last. So I felt that he had come. So this was the problem. But that Hindu, and he was having that, the Ram Prasad very much he liked. The food. Hindu food, although a Muslim. So then later on they told me it's Kalki. What was coming to me has been coming to me here now. And in the end, he would put himself down, put me up. So, like, Paramahamsa, Vishwananda, they have to put their hands up for Radharani, Jai, and all the other gurus and Krishna and all, Ram and all, Sita. So, there he's communicating with me, I don't know, that all of a sudden there were this in the smoking room men. His girlfriend was there. He was saying, "Where's my soulmate to her?" And then he turned and he told me, what I told Mr. Saw, that I love you this much, open arms, but I only give you this much. I'm showing with my thumb and forefinger together, very little, like. So what he told me there when I was in my final year is that he said, you know, you are this good. He put his arms wide open. And I'm only this good. And he put it, so I was like, oh my God, one time, long time ago in school. But that was for another reason. I had done the same thing with Mr. Saw, showing her that I only show you this much of love, and you people, you know, you can't take it. You know, my love is like this much. Ghalib Kamal isn't ex-Muslim. Alal Dulal says, yeah. Hindu, you be. So, this, I don't know. So they're saying Kalki Avatar is here. And recently, let's see, that Radha is better than God, Krishna. And even Kalki had to tell her, like I was Radha, and I didn't know I was Radha at that time, Radha Rani. Kalki had to tell that this is what is coming out. Sorry. So this is what has to come out. I still am shocked. So in Hinduism, if there's anything I'm discovering Radharani and Krishna's relationship, right? So what relationship, what is this love like? Although I learned from Paramahamsa Vishwananda that Hindus also have sabse unchi prem sagai. I say even if you are married to a woman and it's adultery if you don't love her. If you love someone, that love is such a bond that you don't have to get married to her, you know, in church or have the nikah, Maulvi Sahib is coming and all this. But love is such a bond that you're already married to that person. If it's different gender or even LGBT, let's say. If you love someone, the love is the bond. It's the greatest bond ever. It's the most truest bond. Now people get married, you know, that I want a good wife. I want this, I want that. Sometimes even for society, we show off. You know, my wife wears good clothes. Oh, look at her, how she, this, for society. She can go with you and you can show her off and all this, right? But love doesn't own anyone, but at the same time, it creates a bond that is not of ownership. It's just that we are yours, we are yours, we are yours. Like Rumi's poem, Shams, 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 where are you? All souls cried out, we are yours, we are yours, we are yours. And it's not like you're making a prison of love either. When you love someone, you don't mind. It's not a prison. Do you support LGBT? Yes, definitely. Why not? I'm a human rights, right? Humanist, like Nuria Khan. I support love also, loving relationships. And all this discipline and teaching will all crumple. You know, the moment the guru is not there, the cat, the cat is away, mice are at play. You know, very few people will be there. अच्छा हम ठंडी सांस तो ले लें. Guru is not there. We're always, he keeps us on our toes, right? And maybe some people will even feel guilty and not do anything, but you know, all the time, very faithful to the Guru, even behind his back. I don't say there are not such people, even in our religion, Shia Islam and Muslims in Islam, so non-Shias, but it sometimes very difficult. But if the love is there, then you're always craving for that Guru's, you know, company. And I don't understand how this in love, when you love someone, the Guru or the Master, I don't understand how that selfishness comes in, or possessiveness or jealousy, things like that. Because that love is not ownership. When that lover, your Guru, leaves you, your beloved, if that true love you want to share with others, like no, it's not only for you. You know, love gives you that feeling that it's not ownership. No jealousy comes in love. Corinthian. I mean, how are the Hindus going out of this? If Jesus left his disciples, doesn't mean I've given you this love, now you give it. What did Jesus say? And now, what did Jesus say to his disciples? What Mother Teresa said? Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor, humiliate others. It is not self-seeking. You know, there was a time when I had my principal, I was blessed. I thought so. I believe. Anyways, from a gift from God at that time. Do you think I would like to bring out people's private lives and complain and complain? No. I was very cautious. Like not working, not to, but I would just be very scared. Let it be. I wouldn't judge people. And if someone hurts me, like let's say I find some malicious person outside college telling me that Iranis, oh, because your grandmother is Irani, you are Irani. Iranis, don't leave their mothers, sisters in a very bad way, like they F their mothers and sisters. So I was just quiet. I never went and complained to my principal. चुगली खोर तो मैं थी नहीं. I wasn't like that. And many things like this, like I would just keep quiet. You know, the sports teacher was terrible with me. I never went and complained to the principal. So, love is not possessive. Love is not jealous. It is there. God has given us this love to share it with others. What's the use of keeping it inside? When you love someone, you share it with another, right? Love waves. Why has Paramahamsa Vishwananda made love waves? And discipline, love blesses you. It's the grace of God. You already have it. You don't have to discipline yourself and work and control the ego or try to fret and, be, oh, what if this? What if I think I'm Radharani? What will happen to me? Now I've become like so insecure. I don't believe in love because whoever I loved, love can move mountains. But I got separated from them. People don't understand. It's a shame. Love, you don't seek that person for your own self, but just to share that love. We make a global family. We care for each other. Love, it's love. Oh, love, Lionel Richie's song. Such a blessed thing. You don't have to use disciplining the child. If you love, if that child, the gift of love, your child has been given by God, you don't have to discipline the child, even though sometimes he may be whatever. I say love is the most greatest thing ever. So why did he? So in retrospect, since I'm a little bit I don't know for sure, but what came to me recently is that this person was at the Kalki Avatar or something. Right now, when I heard that lecture, and so I have my doubts, but what was coming to me is that Radha Rani, Kalki Avatar, in London, saw Radha Rani first and said that I'm this good. When I said, no, I'm not that good. You are this good. And some foreign men were sitting there, youngsters, young boys, young men. He said, isn't she? Oh my God. I said, what is he doing? He made them raise their arms up, hands up for me. Yes, all of you. Like, they don't even know me. There were some new people coming in our hostel. I didn't know them. They didn't know me. And he's told them, raise your hand, arm up, if you think she's good. And he's made them all, because they must be embarrassed, raise their arms up for me. One arm up. Now you see Paramahamsa even raising his arm for Radharani. So this is what he told me. Connection. Recently, but now even God I questioned recently. I'm on the atheist side. I wouldn't call myself, I'm not a sincere atheist. But sometimes I feel that all the suffering and maybe God isn't there and we just, People have made man-made religions, and they've used this energy, some energy that is created on this as God, and that He will reach out and help us. There are diseases, people going insane, suffering. And what hurts even more is that people come here. Have you seen them? They use their your weaknesses. You're mentally challenged. You know, one what was he? Some Buddhist young man. That schizophrenia. It's very troublesome to the people and to themselves also. It's troublesome. And who could have said it's trouble? Are you spiritual? You want to divide this material and spiritual? I'm both material and spiritual. If there's a spirit. Do we have a spirit, or is it that, I don't know, I'm lost today. So much sufferance I've seen. What is spiritual? Where's the spirit? What spirit? What's spiritual? I don't know. I just know that I love someone, and love was what I believed in, and that too didn't work out, what I believed in. Can you define spiritual? I don't know what is spiritual anymore. Do you know what is spiritual? So first I need to gather myself and see. Right now do you believe in things that you can't see? No, I don't believe in them. Unless I see them, angels, etc. No. I don't believe in anything that I cannot experience, see. No, that would be a believer, or is that a spiritual? Mind you, I think you've got spirituality and believers wrong. That's not the definition of a believer, right? Oh, spiritual, sorry. That's not the definition of being spiritual. Now you've jumped to see, you can't even, you don't know, brother, sirs, like Jiddu Krishnamurti would say. You asked a question and you've jumped to believing. Can you distinguish what is a believer and what is a spiritual person? Huh? Tell me. Trying to confuse both. You've confused both, or trying to confuse me now. Have you seen angels? I've seen more devils than angels. I was just telling God, please, some time ago in Karachi, please send me those 30,000 angels you send in Junge Badar. I really need them down here to fight for me. But now I'm also, what about souls? I don't believe in anything I've not seen and I've not experienced. Yeah, I like soulful music. I used to like soulful music. I really don't know what it is. What is all this? We are breathing, right? Breath. Let's come to reality. Forget the soul world, believing then you jump. Now you want to ask me if I'm so. What about souls? Can I ask you what you are? What are you? What will you say? What I am? Describe to me what you are. Who are you? I like to think I'm spiritual. Then you are more of a thinker than a feeler. This problem also has come up. Sorry. You see, if you like to think you're spiritual, I would at one time say, I feel it. I feel I'm spiritual. I wouldn't say I think I'm spiritual. So your thought has come in telling you that you are spiritual. Can the thought ever catch the ocean? Measure the ocean. How deep is the ocean's water? How wide? So you think thought can never capture spirituality. Then you are intellectually, maybe you have a lot of intellect in you. You're not spiritual. Sorry. You like to think you are spiritual. You like to think a lot of things. Like I like to wish that I was nothing. That doesn't make me nothing. I am something. I have a body, brain, this, that, existence. So, you know what thought is? You know, I really think you need to listen to Jiddu Krishnamurti. But what are you? What are you? What really are you? You know that? You see, thought is limited. I wouldn't call myself atheist. See, now you're jumping to conclusion that you may think, okay, the way you've written this, I wouldn't call myself atheist. Please, can you answer the question like with a, not with a conclusion of maybe you wouldn't call yourself calling or what, but what actually are you? If you can answer a direct question, right? Answer it. Direct. What are you? Not calling. I don't follow any religion. Oh my God. If you just say, I don't know, right? Direct. Answer a question directly. Sorry. Like I asked you, what are you? Who are you? What actually are you? What would you say? Direct answer. I am a person who believes in spirituality. Yes, you are a person. And this person, your personality, it comes from personality, person. How much has your personality changed over the years? And how many times have your beliefs changed? Did you always believe in spirituality? Have you experienced spirituality? If you say you believe, then you must have experienced spirituality, right? I'm a person who believes in spirituality. It's like a hope. Hoping to be spiritual? See? Sorry, I didn't get you. Being atheist, there is no hope. Ah, okay. Now, where did this, like, you hope? Oh, spirituality gives you hope. That's something else. Gives you hope in some future, better life. That even material, but it doesn't take you. No. Even atheists have hope for a better life. You see, they see the scientific advancements. Science is not fixated. Science has given us a lot of hope, a lot of advancement, progress is there. Hope for advancement is there in this world. What kind of hope are you talking about? See, you're not being atheist, there's no hope. There's no hope in what? There's a lot of hope in material realm, in the material realm for the atheists. Material advancement. They also look at how as human beings, we can be better human beings. Human development, there's hope for that. Right? So that is there. The thing is that they rely entirely on themselves and cooperate with what, no, knowledge, know-how. There's a lot of immense knowledge here. The more you learn, the more you think you don't know. So, in the material realm, there is this hope. Becoming a better person, philosopher, using logic, rationalists are there. So there's a lot of hope that the mind gives. And a lot of evidence is there. What hope does spirituality give? Is a different hope. It's just different. So what would you say now? Hindu, you be fan. Like there is more meaning to life with spiritualism? Meaning to life? With spiritualism, there's more meaning to life? Yes. Meaning. And in love? So you feel that, you think that spiritualism gives more meaning to life, hope and everything. So that's why you want to be spiritual. My goodness. And so you would be against atheists. Because someone said at Ghalib Kamal's channel that, I am religious because atheists become depressed and it's very depressing. There's nothing to life and all this, right? Would you come like a Muslim here? Oh, there's life after death, and what happens? Then there's a grave azab, and then you will meet God. You will get 72 huris. You will have meat in heaven. Fruits and meat. There'll be goats cut for you, or some, God knows, birds will be cut. Ostriches. Not only will you enjoy these animals in heaven, but you'll have meats cut out, ostriches, or you can even have pig perhaps, because you have had sharab ki nehrein will be the rivers of alcohol, wine. That's great, no? I mean, if some Muslim comes and says the same thing, your religion gives me more meaning to life. You see, you have not understood life itself and you're just finding meanings This is very dangerous. You're bored with life. So spirituality gives me more meaning. Someday some other religion gives me more meaning. You will go to that. You actually don't understand what life is itself. If you understood, realized what life is, do you think you will need a meaning? That I need spirituality because it gives me meaning? Would you need meaning to life? You see, lots of people become religious, like I felt, because it gives meaning to my life. It gives us hope for a future punishment or a reward. And so thank God, okay, here we are, thank God for the blessings. You know, you see a person without shoes, thank God that you have shoes. You've seen a person without shoes, thank God you have shoes. And when you don't have shoes, still thank God. Because you see a person, langara, lame, without a foot, or polio stricken. What you do? Thank God that God gave you, that God did not strike you with polio. No. Always look to the lower when you're thanking God. Thank God I'm not stricken with the... What? What's that disease? Skin disease. Well, at least I'm naked, but thank God I don't have that skin disease. He's got clothes on, but he's got a skin disease. You don't need meaning to life. What is the purpose of life? What's the meaning? Atheists don't have meaning. No, you shouldn't compare yourself with atheists now and put them down like that. I mean, there are far more crazy things you spiritual people have done. Seeking meaning to life, that's so... If you don't understand what is life, you have to tell your mind that, hello, today I'm breathing. Count your blessing. Let's count our blessings, mind. Let's start. Need to realize that God has given me 2 hands, feet, this. I'm breathing. This very, very superficial. It is not spiritual, it is superficial. And when you say, I need meaning, something happened, God forbid, in your spirituality, you come across a bad spiritual person, guru, you will be shocked. It will hurt you greatly. So you mean to say that you've sought spirituality because to kill the boredom? Because in atheism, or in anything, you find no hope, no meaning to life. No, I assure you, people go, they find meaning to life, they work. This is the meaning of my life. Tonight we're going clubbing, or we go to the museum. Meaning to life. Oh, we are creative people. I write poetry. I find meaning to my life. I go play cards. I play bridge. I find meaning to my life. This is the meaning of my life today. I have family. God has told me to take care. I find meaning to my life in my child. I find meaning to my life in my teacher who's teaching me. I find meaning to my life who's taking care of me. Today, this gave me meaning. Tomorrow, this one. I find meaning to my life. I go to Imam Hussein's majlis for what? Suddenly I realize, oh my God, I wasn't sincere. Because this fills you up. You know? Filling up. Oh yes, I found meaning to my life. And count your blessings and this, and look at the lower ones who are lower to you. Oh yes, thank you God, thank you God, thank you. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. But have you ever wondered that, God forbid, I wondered, like I wondered? Life is very fragile. How are these religious people telling us to be grateful and look at even the self-help books? Like once I was walking and I didn't have shoes, and I saw, and I was being so like, I don't have shoes, ungrateful. And then I saw a man who had no feet, and I thanked the Lord that I have feet. But what if you lose your feet? Then you thank the Lord, I have no feet. Oh, I know. Look at the ones who have no legs. Thank God that you at least have legs. What kind of an insult is like you're telling, for example, you're thanking God because you have feet and the other person doesn't have feet. God forbid, life is so fragile and unpredictable. I felt that how could religious people and these self-help books tell us these quotes, give us these quotes? When I contemplated, right? Now Bibi Zainab, there are Shias who want wives to be perfect. Bibi Zainab, they couldn't wash their faces, they didn't have water. Bibi Zainab, when she was going back, we were told that her back was bent. Hazrat Abbas, we call on Hazrat Abbas. We see a man in Karachi coming without a hand, and he's begging, and we say, shoo, yeah, go away. And we're loving Hazrat Abbas. There was one arrow in his eye, 2 arms were gone. My father said, look at the miracle of this Imam Hussein's majlis, Azadari. Every year we go there. Who would do this? Let's say if his daughter became useless like I, you say, what? Now she's a burden on me. Now please, hum bezar ho gaye. We are tired of praying for you to get well. Now he's like forcing me to get well, making me feel guilty. We are tired of you. He said if for 40 days someone was in the hospital, who would go? 40th day, we are sick and tired, you are in the hospital. Right? That Hazrat Abbas you ask and ask for his sake. What if he came? He came in my aunt's dream and he told us, see, I don't have hands, arms. I cannot help you. I was like shocked. My aunt told me this dream of us. I was like, how can Hazrat Abbas tell you that he cannot help you because he doesn't have two arms? Right? So he's standing up on the steps and she's down on the steps and he tells her that I don't have arms. Look at me. I can't help you. And we think Hazrat Abbas is done. And if we see a man without two arms, अरे ये तो काम का नहीं है अभी. In Karachi, Pakistan, you know. See a lady bent. Do you think my father will make her his third, fourth wife? ये काम किया अभी? Bent back. बाबा मैं वापस आई हूँ असीर हो के चली. Right? This, I came from London with my natural hair. My father says like, what's this? I said, Daddy, but this is my natural hair. I just wanted to keep it natural this time. He said, no, you have to do something. I came from London airport. First thing, I was in my room. My father was there. My mother was there. He's like, what's this? And I said, Daddy, well, I want to keep my hair natural. Right? Find these kind of different frizzies and this and that. Apply that. What's wrong with that? Come to reality. Reality, Hindu, you be fan. I'm giving you realistic examples. Hosseini's lovers, they call themselves. Shias. Come. My teacher told me they're defective, Where would they throw their children, these Muslims, some of them in Pakistan? Darul Sakoon, Sister Gertrude would take them. We have a defective child, they'll just throw it. Throw the child. She took it. Come to reality, please. Spirituality might give you hope for the future, after life. Yes, life is temporary. Read Najul Balagha. Imam Ali will tell you. Have you ever gone to the cemetery, seen how temporary life is? Have you seen the soil? When I was 18, until when I was 19, 20 years old, I used to look at the soil and say, oh my God, how much have I done? Because, I'm going to go below this. I felt so guilty, my poor teacher, and this and that, How much wrong have I done? How much, when you see that soil, does it remind you? I mean, I didn't have to go to the cemetery. I just went in the garden and sowed the soil. I said, oh my goodness. Do you realize life is so temporary? One day we will be under the soil. And there were flowers growing and leaves falling. A leaf fell and I started to, oh, she's Judah. Oh, yeah. He's separated from his plant. I felt like crying, crying, crying. I couldn't take it. Because of my separation with Mr. Sa, a teacher I adored. You know, time was making me, like this time was not the best healer at that time. So sensitive. I couldn't take it. I couldn't see a leaf falling. I was like, are you, oh my God, leaf has fallen. He's Judah from his plant, the family, leaves. Do they not feel bad? It hit me very hard. What else would you say then? I think karma is example of spiritualism. Karma is an example. What Einstein has said. Yeah. Spiritualism. Meaning? So these little pieces you are bringing up, you don't know the whole, what life is. Don't you think that life itself, if you're breathing like Sadhguru said, it holds value? Like Sadhguru tried to tell us of Isha Foundation. You see, you're giving me little pieces, you think, then you're going to the thinking. First you find out what the thought is. Thought is in itself a culprit. Are you beyond the thought? Are you only thought? Does thought help you grow? Because your hair is growing, your nails are growing, you are growing. You're getting new cells you don't even know. Dr. Deepak Chopra told us. So you're relying too much on your thinking to give me examples of karma and spirituality. We will sit here the whole night until you honestly see this, right? Where you're going wrong here. Otherwise, you'll keep me here for the whole night, trying to show you, correct you. Now, karma is an example of spirituality. Well, Einstein has given what? Every action has a reaction. He was talking about karma and spirituality. He was a scientist at that time when he found this out, that every action has a reaction. And why would you lean on hope all the time? There was a time in my life, if I was leaning on hope, God will bring Mr. Sa back to me. Tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. It never came. If tomorrow never comes, what happens? What hope is there? Oh, yes, I know. God has promised us, protruded this, that, God knows what. You know, this religion, let's say you lose, your mind will get tired one day of spirituality. If spirituality doesn't give you much, when it stops giving you. You know, there have been people bereaved in spirituality. So then will you go to a religion? Will you go to Shia Islam or Sunni Islam and say, oh, yes, this gives me hope. In life, there's no hope. It's temporary. Isn't this an escape from life? From the material, the accidents, the diseases, when your prayer is not heard? Isn't this an excuse? Very dangerous. Some people do this. Huh? Turn all your hopes to Allah. Quran ayat. Do not lose hope in Allah's mercy. Here, even Islam says Hindu, you be fan. If a Muslim came to, you will win an argument for the Muslim, right? You think you have won. Don't worry. You have not won. Neither the Muslim guy has won. Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves by sinning, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Now, where's that turn all your hopes? Turn to Allah for, turn all your hopes to Allah. Forgive, I don't know how to Allah. Please tell me. Even the religious people do as much. Where's that ayat? Give all your hopes, for no one loses hope except those with. And do not lose hope in the. No. It's about hopes. Give all your hopes to Allah. There's an ayat. Not losing hope, but give all your hopes to Allah. Where's that ayat? I can't find it. Turn all your hopes to Allah. Are you a Muslim trying to... Okay, you've come as a Hindu. Whoever turns over on his heels. All hopes to Allah. Sorry, there's no God. There's no evidence of God. Right? Where's the evidence of God? And what hope are you talking about? That I will see my aunt and grandaunt in heaven, having meat and fruits, and there will be Jannah. She contributed humbly, quietly in this life. We prayed for her. I prayed. She got cancer. She was not that rich. Her sister had to come from Oman. You are sitting here talking about spirituality, and I think this and I think that. She gave her life in service for her brother's children. She got shit. And she used to say, Allah barai, Allah barai. Her. In the end, they blamed her for this, that. जादू करती हो, हमारे divorce हो गए. Excuse me? That's why she got sick. That one aunt even hit her, pulled her hair. And I'm saying, don't hit Mamie. And she's got genes and she's gone to Canada and all this. Her children are in Canadian universities. Stupid. That God, called that God, right? You are sitting here talking about spirituality and karma and nonsense. There have been people suffered. Very humble lady who would not want me to stick my finger up to God and say, you stupid idiot, sadistic. Who do you think you are? Allah barai. Allah is big. Allah की कायनात में कोई कमी नहीं है. There's no where cancer, maybe अल्लाह की कायनात में तो कमी है. यहाँ तो हमें नहीं मिला कैंसर का इलाज. She had to go to the hospital, science, medical. Spirituality, spirituality, spirituality. Let me get you out of this nonsense right now. There's hope. I'm going to meet her. There's hope. God has given us hope. There's ilaj in the Bible, Gita, God knows what. Healing. We had our hopes in God. We give ourselves reasons. Oh yes, I'll meet my aunt, grand-aunt. Sorry, keep saying aunt. She was my grand-aunt. In heaven. Eric Clapton's boy fell from, would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Oh yes, God has given us hope. Maya is very strong. It gets everyone. Even God cannot reach out at times here. His hands are tied. What wrong did she do? My grand-aunt. Either God was testing her. Turn all your hopes to Allah. O my servants who have committed excesses, except that you do not, Allah will not forgive you if you, what? Now you have come as a Hindu. Anyways. Karma is an example. What will the Muslims say is an example of Allah? Huh? attributes of Allah? Allah is merciful, Allah is wrathful, Allah is this, Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is Kareem, Allah is this, Allah is that. Karma is material truth, not spiritual truth. Because Einstein said that every action, it is not spiritual truth. Every action has a reaction. Who said this? Einstein, I think. This is not spiritual truth, that you have made spiritual out of it. It is a material truth. With every problem, there's a solution, just a matter of taking action. With every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. The scientists find out, where is spirituality in this? Karma. Tell me, Hindu UB fan. How many Muslims have become scientists and found this out through science? Karma is example of spiritualism. Maybe the way you may go and meditate upon it. Meditate. Yes, I see spirituality. If after death, I don't know what happens to me. Are you aware? Are you complete? The body's gone. Where's your awareness? After death, when you die. Where did that awareness go? Did it lift your body? You came to pick your body up? No. If I die, where is the spirit gone? Where are those martyrs, witnesses? And where's your own witnessing of the death? And then after death, have you thought of that? If this witness is so great, comment to all. Please tell me. You believe in karma, you must also believe in consciousness. Huh? Where does your conscious go when your body is gone? That great consciousness, where is it? Tell me, please tell me, if I die, I have said, Muji Baba, pure awareness I found out. After, when I die, I don't know. Is that pure awareness talking? I know where my body is. Your Allah don't have speech to talk. He used a fire to talk to Moses. What nonsense is this? We believe in because we are weak. What is hope? You want to remain in the future or in the past and you forget the present. You are never in the present then. If something hit you, God forbid, you know what you will be like. Oh God, I know you are there. First, let me thank you and what has happened to me, and then tomorrow I will get well. I know you can make me well. Feeling of expectation and desire. This make you even more restless. Come to the present moment. Or a feeling of trust. What? How do you trust? No. First hope that something better will come up. I will get well. Today I got hit. Let's say I'm wounded. Oh no. I have this. I'm going to get well tomorrow. No. I need to see, because tomorrow is bringing me restlessness. The acceptance of what has happened today to me, not to escape that. Hope makes you expect, gives you expectations of some future. You are in the future. You are expecting. This is very, very bad. This is not good. You know, if Miss Desai had died, or I had died, separation, it was like I was in a pendulum. So, okay, if like my grand aunt, if Miss Desai had died or I had died, no future. I was killing myself because right here, hope. Hope makes me restless. Right here, what is, I could not accept it. That puts you in a shock also. You can't accept it. Person has left you, you don't know why. And you're hoping and you're praying, you're religiously praying, Almighty Allah, miracle. Tomorrow Miss Tisa will come back. This leaning on hope was the worst thing ever could happen to me until my teacher told me, take a moment at a time. And the books had come out. Be in the moment. While you're making tea, enjoy it. It's not like I'm making tea to drink it. So it's for the future. You've lost the present moment. Enjoy the ride instead of wanting to get to the destination so fast. You can't enjoy the ride, the way. I was looking out if my teacher, raste mein mil jaye, on the road, her car. This hope was like a curse for me at that time. So I realized, thank God, very early in my life, that hope is a curse. But my tragedy was even worse. Because she had not died, or I didn't die. At least for hope, God. So I had to live through all this to see that what God, what is heaven. If Miss Tisa is not in heaven, well, at that time I would say, oh God, I don't want your heaven, thank you very much. Right? What hope? Hope is a curse. So I realized this. your mind wants to take you in the future. And this Allah that gives you hope. Today fight a battle. Goodness. Tomorrow you will get your rewards. Either you will die, become a martyr, or you live and you still do jihad. Hope is a curse. Sorry. I realize this. So you know the American books of self-help? At that time, thank God. And it was quite good timing. While I was reading these books, come in the present moment. Even yogi, I went to a yogi, Muslim yogi in Karachi. He was trying to bring me in the present moment, that sit for some time and just focus on one sound. That means my mind should be in the present, this sound. Even though it doesn't make sense what sound it is, or it's very boring. You have to force yourself to sit there. Listen to any sound, maybe a fan sound in your room, or any sound that is continuous. Keep listening to it, focusing on it for 5-10 minutes in the morning. Any day, just take some time out. Just focus on something that is fazul. It means nothing to you, but just focus on it. That means you're present to the sound, I think, or I don't know why that exercise. Meaningless. Just keep listening to the sound. Close your eyes. Sit for 10 minutes. Keep listening to the sound. What nonsense, right? What meaning does it have for me? So I think it was teaching me meaningless living. They told me, I read about Sufi spirituality and all this. If today you meet, let's say you go to heaven, you feel like heaven, oh no, then you have to come back. The person gave him this thing, jaru, sweeping, mop the floor. Because now that's, when you've reached that high moksha, bliss, now the mundane things of life become so boring. You don't want to sweep. You're so lazy, like you become so bored with, no, I reached the bliss. I reached heaven, thought I died and reached heaven. And now all this coming down, it's like you've had a thump. You've fallen down. It's a big, terrible, what do you call it? Painful. You just fell from heaven. You had a nice, blissful, that's why God doesn't give you heaven here. Because He keeps you mundane, doing not get bored with but He's given you a meaning of life. Spirituality, work on it. Slowly, oh yeah, I got, this overwhelming feeling. God exists. Oh yes, He's showing me this. Oh wow, miracle happened. You go high, and then you don't retain that high, you come down. You'll find going to work from 7 to 9 or 7 to 8 very boring. You leave your work if you find that bliss in your life. Problems. That's why God is not giving you that heaven right now, heavenly feeling. He's done an ihsan on you. What not we were told. He's done a favor to you. If you start to feel heaven, huris, you're making all this with. There's no huris. Like your wife will get wrinkled, you will get wrinkled. You will, youthful huris, always remaining one after another. You will never get bored in heaven, we were told. Or you have ice cream, your favorite food or something. First one is really, the first bite. Oh, really good. Second one, less. And it goes less and less. Now you've had the ice cream, you're full. Okay, that's it. I'm finished with this ice cream. All these things, problems, you see. So, you know what? We've just brought problems and problems and problems. Giving hope is also a problem. Ask the restless souls. You see what the Angres, they realized, when they realized that hope is not good, they started to write books that be in the moment. Enjoy it. Even if you're now smoking, now I can't quit. Baba, then enjoy the smoking rather than say, oh, I don't like this. No. It could give you an allergy or something. Now, you can't beat it. Join it, right? Say, okay, I enjoy this. Now, what else do you have to say to me? Just a minute, please. I have to get something. So please see this. We are making problems out of problems. That's why some Westerners realize that hope is not good. It's a curse. Whether you think God or whoever has given you that hope of some future, it's not good. It can make you desperate. And for something you've prayed for, what do they say? Oh, maybe God thought that this is not good for you. Then you should listen to God. Then I realized something better will come up. I tell you, something better for my grandaunt came up. She said, pray that I don't get dependent on someone. The prayer didn't come true. What happened? She got colon cancer, stomach cancer, right? God gave us something better. And yet something better will come up for her in heaven. Don't worry. She is in heaven now. When God gives someone 40 days they are ill in bed, all their sins are forgiven. 40 days, someone has fever even. 30 days, 40 days. All their sins, as if she was a sinful lady. Huh? What else are you? Let me just put my glasses on and see. It's all in your thought. This is what my mind. If you think karma is the example of spirituality, it's a very flimsy thing. Even science reached a place, Einstein telling us through science, scientific method, using scientifically, experimenting, that every action has a reaction. Now, any other question? Please see, these are just escapes. This hope, turn all your hopes to Allah, or give your hopes to Allah. Give your, turn your hopes, give your hopes, turn your hopes, give your hopes to Allah. I can't find this. I don't know how to search for it. Give your hopes to Allah. Oh God. Now my English. When Allah tests you, you see, I experienced hope is a curse. When you pray for something, you're praying for the future. And that prayer may not be heard because maybe you're praying the wrong way. Listening to God. What does He want? Because we are not Zachariah that He inspired that prayer into Zachariah. Are we? Put all your hopes on Allah. Let me try it this way. So there are religious people coming and saying that this whoever hopes or expects meeting with the Lord, then let them. No. There's an ayat which says, turn all your hopes, and this Google search cannot find it. I will try to find it later on and place your hopes on Allah. Where's that ayat? It's not giving me. Oh God. It's not coming, I can't remember. Hello, so do you want to live your life like this? Thinking that there's karma, finding little pieces of evidence here and there. Saying karma gives us the evidence that's spiritual. Should spirituality depend on karma for the evidence? But it will still not give you full evidence, just a sign. Just a sign. But it is not spirituality itself. Like God, what is God and what is the Word and God. Even His attribute, if we take, God is beyond that. Little signs the Creator has put us on, you can't find God in that. Not finding God, what's the use of His attributes here and there? Doubts will remain. You are not fully aware. If I say that reincarnation is an example that love exists, that desire exists, how many people believe in reincarnation or have had the experience of reincarnation? Tell me. And you know how vast, how great love is. And this small sign that love exists is true. is not enough, right? Is this a bad example? Am I giving a bad example? Why can't spirituality say to us that I am the truth? You don't need to seek me in signs. Saying would not be enough. Give us the experience, full experience. So maybe for those looking for evidence outside may want to find out how true karma is. And then Einstein has given us this definition, or told us that the reality is that every action has a reaction. Now, what else? Do you still believe in hope? And you know, they used to tell us what this present is. It's a present, it's a gift. Now they start to tell us, how to live in the moment, here and now. Oh God, please make this right. Please send me to heaven. Why not pray like that? Like when I was listening to Paramahamsa Vishwananda, why not pray to that Swami? Aniruddha or something. Sorry, I can't remember his name. I would not be able to maybe pronounce his name properly. But the Swami was saying, if there's, oh God, I'm so demon attacked. I don't even trust in myself. So I trust in you, right? So put that sincerity, please. Please, God, maybe, I don't know. I don't trust myself. Oh, what part of me do I believe in? I don't trust in myself. And I don't even know because I've failed completely in being sincere. I should have flown to Paramahamsa Vishwananda, Germany, joined him since, like that, or gone to Kum, like my father told me, or gone to Najaf for Shia higher studies, gone to all the pilgrimages and all. But I didn't. I failed. So I'm not sincere. Okay. And I know myself how much I've tried to be sincere in my religion, right? And I fail. Some people are going to say, no, I don't think you were sincere in it. Like Swami said. Otherwise, you would have not become schizophrenic, hearing voices and all this. So how since you may not be very sincere about it. And the religious people will say she wasn't sincere. So what I did after listening to my majlises and, oh Lord, please remove this and make me sincere. Even during this, just make me sincere, not complain. Oh, and oh God, no, I can't rest. Oh my God, principal's voice is coming. It's disturbing me. Things like that, right? So God, give me sincerity. So Westerners did this. I'm sorry, your hope. First, we need to come to the moment, not make tea in the hope that we're going to drink it for the result, but be in the moment, enjoy the tea you're making, and not wholly constant for the future. Oh, I'm making this tea that because I have to drink it. That's my result. What if the tea? Oh my God, the tea fell. I it was like very difficult to get up and all this. Now what shall I do? The whole tea fell. You'll be so disturbed, God forbid. So, my father used to tell me, now don't cry over spilled milk. Sometimes even our prayers don't come true. They say that you're not aligned with God's wish for you. Then why even pray? God should make you understand how to pray and what to pray for, because sometimes He won't listen to your prayers. Not every wish comes true. So what then I realized is that in Surah Fussilat, just like, or we should do this, those who remain steadfast. Don't ask for Allah anything. Oh, those who say Allah is our Lord and then remain steadfast. So we have to, what do? Submit our will. God, I don't know what you want for me. I mean, I thought that I was praying for this, okay? So you don't want it. It's your maslahat. So those who say Allah is our Lord and then remain steadfast. What does this mean? Upon them to send angels and say, now they're saying, do not fear nor grieve and receive good tidings of paradise. And my goodness, some of our desires didn't come true, but now we're told that all our desires will come true. Maslihat, leave. Leave what God wants for you and what you're praying, what your desire is. We angels were your allies in worldly life and are so in the hereafter. And here, and you will have therein whatever your soul's desire. Ooh. And you will have therein whatever you request for. Idhar to nahi mila. Idhar people were saying maslahat. God's mysterious ways and what God wants. We pray, childishly. We don't know what's good for us. Now He's promising us whatever our souls desire, nafs, evil nafs. We don't even know here that our souls may desire something terrible against Allah's will, against Allah's wish or desire. Right? I've just lost I don't know why the chat is not coming. Please see this. Hello, you be Hindu, you be fan. Sorry, I've lost the chat. It's completely empty here. What shall I do with this? So you see, how come God there says that whatever you desire will come true? You may desire another man's wife, it will come true. You may desire something. No, because there's no condition attached here. It just says if you have. Now don't draw conclusions that because you remain steadfast in Allah, what you desire is what Allah desires for you. No, it says what your souls will desire, and even if you are steadfast in Allah, still you have desires. When you are steadfast in Allah, you should not have any desires left. Because Shakti Gawain says there's abundance. God has given you everything. You have abundance in you. How can you desire anything? It's like they say before you ask Allah, sometimes He knows what to give you. And you have it. Shakti Gawain says, live like God is, don't pray to God that, oh God, give me this, I don't have it. No. Pray that I have it and I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying perfect health. But so what the Muslims will say here is that we've aligned to Allah and now we can't ask for anything that Allah would not ask us for. Still we have desires, soul's desires. I mean, how can the soul have desires there? And whatever wish. No. You see, if you steadfast in Allah, finishing all desires. There's no future. You have been taught that this is Surah Fussilat Ayat 30 and 31. You have no desire anymore of the soul. The soul is prone to evil. God will make it good. There. And it will still desire. When will these desires end? Hindus tell us that reincarnation, body comes back. The soul comes back in a different body. This will be never ending. You don't have to desire anything. Here we're told, in other words, pleasing God. Desire pleasing God only, right? Oh God. Here we are told, therein shall you have all that your soul shall desire. Nafs. Anfusikum. What is this? Contradiction. So hope is just, oh my God, you're not estimating Allah as they are, polytheists are blamed, or the Ahle Kitab are blamed for in another ayat. Your Allah has not estimated himself as he should estimate himself. Because once you are steadfast in Allah, what your soul is, ego is gone. Do you have any desire? We are told, on the other hand, to be content in life. This contentment. Should you have your souls desiring there in heaven, and whatever you wish, will you have wishes and requests to put forth to Allah? This is a great tragedy. I will talk about it later. Thank you so much for helping me, at least. Hindu UB fan. But I'm kind of sad to see that, you know, how this misguidance has come to you. And I hope you see it. That all the spirituality, I think, and hope and this, that religion gives me hope. But does religion give you that contentment today and for the rest of your life? Does spirituality give you that contentment for today and for the rest of your life? But here it's teaching you that it's not. Sometimes you have to accept life as it is. If you say there's Allah and He hope in Allah, hope in Allah, you should have contentment here. You don't even know what this means. That ayat is not coming. Still, I'm trying to search for it. Oh God, do not lose your hope in Allah, okay? But all hopes direct to Allah. Oh God. You see, what is this? You should be so content that you should not wish for anything. What are then you wishing for and desiring for? Huh? Kami, the one who is lacking feels, that's why Shakti Guhin wrote that book, that God has given you abundance. The one who feels he's lacking something, he wishes and he has these desires. The one who doesn't lack anything, does Allah have any wish? No. Because He's absolute. And how is Allah? Huh? Isn't it boring for us if you think? Come on, think. Oh my God, Allah, are you lonely tonight? You don't need anything. Why should you not become like Allah? Not wishing, not hoping. When we say believers, be content, they are content. Musibat mein, mushkilat mein, in sufferance, pain, challenges in life, turmoils, in sickness, in... Now what are you wishing for? It should be that you should be thanking Allah, or if you need to, like if a little better, but not really. This is an insult to Allah. You haven't estimated Allah with a proper estimation. On one hand, you're saying soul is prone to evil. Then you're saying afterworld, the angels will give you all that you desire. You're not even close to Allah. What is this being steadfast in Allah? Our Lord is one. This is like a superficial steadfastness and a statement you have said. No. If you say you are Allah, you won't become like Pharaoh, don't worry. All these fears put in you. Right? Okay, I think I've gone on too much. Sorry, I can't talk succinctly. Any more further questions? Hindu UB fan? I'll come back, right? Hope you join me, or maybe you've gone to sleep on me. Should there be any desire? That's very badly misled you. I need to bring this. Now I have now again wanting to help the religious people. You see, on one hand, you've been fooled that hope, Allah gives you hope, Allah gives you this. Spirituality gives you meaning to life. It gives you hope. Somewhere we've gone wrong. You've got to see this, okay? This ayat really speaks for itself where we've gone wrong. The only thing is you need to see. See. Remove the way you've been deceived. Remove those glasses. The glasses of deception. Okay, thank you very much. I will continue later. My goodness. 3 hours and it's going to be around 30 minutes. Thank you very much. Hope you see it, Hans UB fan. Oh, sorry, Hindu UB fan. And get out of this now. I'm really tired. And I've not been able to breathe properly because of the cold I've had. So please forgive the errors and everything and my explanation problem, impediments. One day when you see it, how you've been deceived, you will thank your lucky stars that you're out of these false hopes and all, in alive, or through spirituality and meaning of life and this and that. Thank you so much. God bless you and your country, your family, your people, and have a wonderful night, truthful, without deception, without lies. Islam dies, they say. I've learned it too from them who say this on social media.